Yo, what is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Guys, we got a tournament coming up on Saturday. We just had the draft, the teams, and all that good stuff. You guys, if you're interested in that stuff, it'll be on my Twitter or also in the Discord. But we got a tournament with a bunch of high-level players. Let me just read out the captains to you guys quick. And we have two more that are being added. Aurora, Awesome Jake, Benny Q, Cyclone Spin, Happen, Karmic, Nog, Panda Cat, Scream, Snatty, Solar Troll, Streak Up, Valo, PBM. We have a bunch of talented captains, a bunch of talented players also, like Sneak Peek, DJ Pernicus, Benji. These are players that will be drafted. Nika, Pegon, a bunch of talented players all getting together, competing for a nice little prize. That's what's going to be going on. So make sure you guys check that out on Saturday. It's starting at noon o'clock. Be there. But before then, guys, I'm yapping. Today, you guys get to listen to me talk a little bit about intelligence items. I think intelligence items currently are insane. I think there's a combination that you should build nearly every game with like two that you can kind of mix up however you want. That will just make your build absolutely busted. So currently right now, I think both starters have their viabilities. I think it depends on whichever type of god you're playing, or do you make good use out of archmages? Do you like archmages? Do you want to just cool down from pendulum? Both are fine. For this though, because it just makes the number slightly bigger, I'm going to be building conduit, which will lead us into archmages. And the first item is the one of the few items that you actually get to mess around with to, you know, do I like this? Do I not like this? Do I want this? Do I want this other thing? And the first option is Deso or Soul Gem. You get one of these two items. Soul Gems is a little bit more survivability. Deso is a little bit more damage. I think both have their use cases. If you're a decently safe character, or if they don't have a ton of dive that you're worried about, Deso is going to be insane. If you want a little bit more survivability, also, I mean, it is more damage for Deso for sure, but I think it's a little bit closer because of this 30% intelligence hit that you get with Soul Gem. Most of the time, I'm going to like Soul Gem more, I'll be honest. I've kind of fallen in love with this item, even after its nerf. Book of Thoth is incredible with this build. And then Rodic Tahuti, Obsidian Shard, and the last two items are Polly and Reaver. So what makes this build so insane? Well, it's just a mana build, but it all increases your intelligence, which increases all of your proc damage. Archmages, based off your intelligence. Soul Gem, based off your intelligence. Poly, based off your intelligence. Soul Reaver, based off your intelligence. Book of Thoth, though, based off your mana. Getting mana from Archmages, mana from Rodic Tahuti, mana from Poly, mana from Soul Reaver. The two things that you can kind of switch up, you can switch up Orb Shard for Totem, Archmages for Sands, or you can go Soul Gem for Deso. But for the most part, this is kind of what the build is going to look like. Yeah, you can go like Cosmic Horror. I'm a big Cosmic Horror fan also. Instead of the Deso, like if I get rid of this and I buy Cosmic Horror, I'm getting more damage from this. It's a 102 intelligence item because of the Book of Thoth. But with these 7 items, I'm sitting at 750 intelligence, 2300 health. Because of just how much base health most gods have, it seems a little high still, but I mean, 2300 base health with 0 survivability items is kind of insane. And getting a little bit of intelligence with Soul Gem is always going to be worth if you want a little bit extra survivability. But the damage is crazy with this build. And it's twofold. Realistically, some characters aren't going to make great use out of the Poly, but I mean, you can pretty easily weave auto attack on any character in the game, even gods like Anubis. And when you know, get dove by an assassin and your only damage is coming from an auto to auto, it's a lot of damage. Getting dove by a Loki, like just like that, just the quickest motion, auto to auto, and you can kill any squishy. Kill him quick. Actually, let's switch this to knee so we can see the stats. Auto to auto, just like that. Knee took 700 from Poly, 350 from Reaver, 360 from my auto, 400 from Mummify. I mean, if I'm hitting something like Ymir, same thing kind of, because my Reaver is going to be doing more damage, more of the heavy lifting, doing 400, 300, 300, 300, 200 to the Ymir. This build is just very, very strong. Yes, there's a couple things you can kind of mix up and mess with, but I think this is what most mid lane builds should look like. I know Mike was talking about Deso Divine, and I think Deso Divine is really good also as like a much quicker spike. And then kind of the downside of this build is sometimes you're just going to need Divine Runes. So you're going to look up something like this, and then you don't have a ton of cooldown. But if you're a character that's either A, not reliant on cooldown, I mean, you could just go Sands here also. But there's so much damage in this build. I became a big fan of it. And I think there is a lot of threat potential on gods when you're using this. And especially when it comes down to getting your 3k pot, having so many things that make use out of the intelligence, the Reaver, the Poly, also your Archmages. This is with my Archmages proc available, but auto to auto there. Close to one-shotting. He has 200 health left. And then I one-shot him. But I think this is the min-maxed build. A lot of my build guides are going to have some iteration of this, whether it's Soul Gem, Sands, something. But the core of the build will have Rod, it will have Book, it will have either Obshot or Totem, and then it'll have Poly or Reaver. Because I think this combination is insane. And this is like, even let's get to a 2000 totem. Let's give it like 80 protections. This is about how many protections you'll have on a backliner. It's usually actually like 70, but I mean, I'm gonna auto and then use every ability. Granted, Anubis is some of the higher damage in the game, but I didn't really use any of my 9,000 damage. 4,000 from Death Gaze, 1,200 from Poly, 1,100 from Grasping Hands. Reaver's doing 1,100. The Reaver one's a little off because Totem has, what, like 5,000 health or something like that. But it is just an insane amount of damage. This is the build that you're going to see on my build guide. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys the numbers behind it, why I like it so much, that sort of thing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down below, what do you guys think about the build? What are you kind of playing around with, trying out? Do you like the Deso Divine build maybe a little bit more? Or do you like just having high numbers, high value numbers? Either way, let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have fun. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.